Hello, magical people. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about strawberries because they are delicious, wonderful treat to have in your yard and in your belly. And, but there's a couple of different kinds. And so I've had some ever-bearing strawberries in the yard for years, and they are prolific and wonderful, and the squirrels get to enjoy most of them, but they are very easy. There's also June-bearing strawberries, which tend to be much, much sweeter. And last year I went strawberry picking and during the June season, and I thought it would be a fun experiment to harvest and collect some of the seeds. And so I did that. And then I kind of stratified them in the refrigerator. Stratify just means getting them cold. Some seeds need to be stratified before they are able to germinate. They really need to go into that cold season, sort of mimicking winter, in order for them to become able to germinate. So anyhow, I put them in the refrigerator and then literally kind of forgot about them for months. I'd remember every once in a while and be like, oh yeah. And a few weeks ago, I don't remember which day it was, but I can check my little list and look, I planted some from seed and they sprouted, and I am just over the moon, super excited about that. So first, I'm gonna show it to you, and secondly, I want to make more of these little babies so I can have lots of them, because I don't know, they're very, very tiny, and I don't know how many of them will survive to adulthood. So I figure it's better to get some more seeds started. And since we're so early in the spring/summer season here, so that way by the time next winter comes, they will be big enough to go through the hibernating season. So anyhow, first I'm gonna show you my tiny little new babies, and then I'm going to record myself just getting the second round going so you can join me on that journey. So come along and let's see these babies. Okay, so this is one of the germination trays I have going, and all four of these, I had 4 different kinds of berries that I'd gone picking, so I had 4 different seeds, and all 4 of them, I've got 6 of each, and it looks like I got about 50% germination. Oh gosh, no, that's actually not true. Here I'm seeing so that's actually, I think, pretty good germination rate, but see how stinking tiny they are? Like, they're just so small. Like, that's just vermiculite. And just for, like, scale here, like, that's my finger. So these are very, very, sorry for my dirty fingernails, I was digging in the dirt. These are very, very tiny, and as such, pretty vulnerable. I planted them on April 11th. So that, and it is now today, May 5th. So it's 5/5. So it has been, what, about a little over 3 weeks. And yeah, just look how tiny they are. So yeah, I'm gonna walk you through the process of how I did it. I've got my supplies kind of like all prepped and ready to go. I've got my 4 new different trays here. I've got my soil all prepped and moistened as well, because these seeds are very tiny. So you don't want to go spraying a lot of water over them, because they may get sort of lost or shoveled. Especially I tend to like to use a mister, so it is pressurized, which sometimes can make the seeds go flying if you are more like surface sowing. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to show you what I did to preserve, so to speak, the seeds and how I obtained them, because strawberries, they are one of the few fruits where, the only fruit that I can think of off the top of my head, although there probably are others, where the seeds are on the outside of the fruit. So what I did, I took a little bit of a paper towel, and I can't remember what NP stands for. That must have been the varietal, but I don't remember what it was. Should have made more thorough notes. But anyways, I just took some very thin slices of the strawberry and put it on this paper towel and let it dry out for a couple of days until it kind of was still pliable like fruit leather. And then I just folded it over on itself to keep everything in there, and kind of threw it in with the other 3 different varietals in this tin, kind of closed them up, put them in a bag that I didn't seal all the way because, you know, I wanted to make sure that there was an oxygen flow. So anyhow, that is how I did it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill these up with dirt, And then I am going to take a little bit of this paper towel and actually cut the entire piece of paper towel. You can kind of see it on the ones from before. You can still sort of see remnants of the paper towel bits, but that didn't seem to impede anything. So, and it was easier to keep track of the seeds that way. So we're just going to do that again, because whatever, it worked once. Seems like we should just do it the same way again. I forgot scissors. Okay, fortunately I had some right there. So first, like I said, we are going to just fill this up. This is all pre-moistened, and it's potting soil with a little bit of coco coir mixed in with it. So I kind of, you know, sort of press that down lightly, but not using really a huge amount of pressure. You just want it to be packed enough so that as you do in the coming days and weeks water, there's enough solidity and there that not all of your dirt falls through the holes on the bottom of your planter. So there's one. Okay, so now we've got our cells ready to go, and I already did mark them based on what my first planting was, and I have everything coded here on my little listy. So let's start with Y, and Y was, the MP. That's great, that's the ones I'd already pulled out. So, except I pulled them out and then put them back. Yeah, there we go, so MP. So essentially what I'm going to do, I'm hoping I'll be able to hold this in such a way that you can actually see, but I'm going to just cut off a little bit of this paper towel here that has several of those strawberry seeds. And it's at this point become a bit brittle, so I'm going to put my thumb over the seeds just to make sure that they don't all go flying off. Okay, now that's kind of a lot of seeds, so I don't really need that many in one cell. So I'm going to cut that in half and just kind of turn it over so that the seeds get the contact with the dirt. And then rinse and repeat, my friends. And that is it. So now I'm going to do the same with all the rest of these, and then I'll show you the next step. These ones I did remember were called Sweet Sunrise, I believe was that varietal. This varietal, I forgot what it was called by the time I got home, so this is the question mark one. And here we have, in this case, a little bit of the dried fruit here that is peeling right off. So I'm just going to pluck that in there, and no need for the paper towel, I guess, if there's no need for the paper towel. But when I tried peeling a bunch of it off, it just didn't work very well. So I think if it doesn't look like it's coming off, then it's just, oh, there we go. There's another chunk that's peeling. Nice. But I am, again, flipping it over. And then these ones are going to be Mount Hood strawberries, which are just, I mean, all of these are delicious. But Mount Hood are, it's maybe a variety that some of you maybe have heard of before. Very much known for its sweetness and deep, rich red color. Okay, so we have our seeds all placed in our trays. I am going to pour some water in there, but first I'm actually going to put it in the germination tray, which seems like the smart and cleaner way to do it. So I'm going to cover up these little guys, because these guys are going to go in this tray. So, bring these little fellas right on over. Step this way, my little friends. And then I'm just gonna pour a little bit of water in there. Just a smidge, they don't need a ton, but it is good to get those seeds hydrated because like I said, they've been in the refrigerator for a long time. Those last ones I planted dang near a month ago, so I'll be adding more water as we go, of course, but it seems to be a fairly slow process, germination of strawberries. And that is it, my magical friends. Hopefully in another 3 to 4 weeks, I will have another batch of these tiny, tiny, tiny little babies. And by then, these will be bigger, stronger babies, the first batch. So I will keep you posted on that. And thank you so much for joining with me. And I just want to show you how simple it can be. It takes an investment of time. It takes some patience. But these are literally just strawberries I went and picked, liked the way they tasted, brought home, and decided to do this little experiment. And hopefully, if all goes well, I will eventually get some food out of the deal. As will, of course, the squirrelies. So thank you so much for helping me complete that task. It has actually been on my list for a few days, so thank you all of you viewers who energetically encourage me to get this done. So until next time, as always, don't forget to be kind and gentle with yourselves. Thank you so much for being here.